Carmen, Sandiego. I remember when I was a teacher, I used to book class time in the computer room so that my students could play Carmen, Sandiego. Remember that game? It was a brilliant tool that I was able to use to reinforce concepts of geography and world landmarks. But through playing the game regularly, I was also able to help students to see that their decision-making was important and that errors in the decision-making could actually carry consequences. I remember that my students thoroughly looked forward to our computer room time, and they actually used their time wisely because it was a big deal to complete a mission during our allotted class time. Big deal indeed. The game was based around the mission of tracking down the international thief known as Carmen Sandiego. In order to track her down successfully and bring her to justice, you had to interpret a sequence of clues to locate her whereabouts in the world. Now, with each piece of information, the students need to extract clues and follow them. For example, one piece of information that may have been gathered from a witness who was at the scene of the crime might be, I heard someone fitting her description, yes. She mentioned that she needed to meet a contact at Big Ben. The students would then investigate and deduce and discover that Big Ben is a clock in London. Aha! They need to get to London to continue their search. Okay, Carmen, we're coming to get ya. At each point of the game, if correct choices are made, clues would continue, and so forth, until you located where Carmen was hiding. Mission complete. But if you made the wrong choice and followed the wrong path, no clues would come. At this point, the game taught you to backtrack and assess your choices to get you back onto the right path. Now, I remember some of the students had trouble following some of the clues, resulting in them continuing further and further along the incorrect path, only to discover themselves further and further away from their target and out of class time to complete the mission. These days, I cover the same concept with Lego robotics. Students are taught how to program the robots to successfully complete missions. Each mission is simply a track or a map that requires students to use their knowledge of programming and range of commands to make decisions that will get them to the finish line of each mission. For example, the robot may need to turn right and travel a certain distance to make it to the next turn. However, if the command taking them left instead of right is used, then obviously the robot will go off in the wrong direction. It's simply then a matter of re-entering the right turn on their next go. Errors and mistakes are encouraged in this program simply to redirect students to view mistakes and boo-boos as their friends and not as their enemies, or worse, the end of the world. They simply go back and make the appropriate corrections and away they go. With this simple concept of mistakes being our friends who lead us to better choices and winning decisions, I can begin to build a foundation for resilience. Because sometimes bad stuff can happen, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. A solution could be just around the corner. Life is like that sometimes, isn't it? We can draw life parallels from both of these games, can't we? We can journey for many of our years to discover that we were never on the correct track and be disillusioned by the time wasted by our errors. But Like both games, wrong paths are not necessarily the end of the world. In some cases, there are answers and solutions that can lead you on a better path, a way better path than you may have been on previously. What paths are you taking at the moment? Are they the correct ones? See you next time.